Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, third time. Hopefully, I'm full HD now. I don't see why I shouldn't be. According to Streamlabs, I am. But hopefully, this is good. Good. Am I? Yay! I'm full HD. Fuck yes. Woo! I'm great. I'm amazing. Such a pro streamer. Much professional. Much wow. I can just adjust this chat box. Woo! Fuck yes. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? By the way, explicit language. Sorry about that. Are we doing fine? Scalsec, Rasta, thank you so much for joining in. Scalsec, if you want to be mod, I'll give you mod. That's fine. Okay? Just joking. Playing the Rasta Daddy card. I know you aren't that good with responsibilities and stuff like that. So, if you want, I'll give you mod. Unless Rasta Mouse objects. If he thinks it's a actual security concern, then maybe we won't do it. Okay. Are you single? No. Actually married. I think since last stream and now I actually got fucking married. I think. When was the last stream? Scalesec, I think you've been counting the days and hours and stuff. When was my last stream? Link in bio. So the last time I streamed was 8 months ago. Yeah, I got married since last time I streamed. That's pretty sick. Oh, right. No. Yes. Doing math. Math hard. Yes. I think I did now. Wait. Doing math. 8 months minus 3 on 6. And then say, yeah, sure. Yeah, I got married since last stream. Tinder and OnlyFans. Congrats. Thank you so much, guys. It was great. It was awesome. I really appreciate so many people showing back up. This is the first time we're streaming to both Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. And I do have a bit bigger audience on Twitter, so maybe we'll actually, if you're new from Twitter, say hi. Come chat at the Twitch. Yeah, this is fun. I got a couple of more. The reason I look so good is because I got a couple of extra lights. So I got 2 extra. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Oh wow, that's loud. That's thank you so much for the follow, Elusive Fox. Let me turn that down right away. That was so loud. Oh, how did I turn that down? Such a professional streamer. The blue text. I am here too. Hey, S-Fan. I am here too. Gencore. Hey, what's up, man? Sorry, I can't see your text. The blue text on the black background doesn't. Can't see shit. Someone please put the parrot there. Parrot? Oh, we just started, Elusive. We just started, so you haven't missed anything. We just started. We haven't even showed the candidates yet. Well, I showed them on Twitter, but I haven't showed them on the streams. You got here right in time. No worries at all. So I got to do a couple of informational steps. First of all, if you would like to give more money to Rastamouse, I strongly recommend his courses. He has a great set of courses, everything from driver development to C2 now, red team operations stuff. Now in 2 parts, and if you want to give me a few cents off that purchase, you can go check out the description in the Twitch. There's like affiliate codes or whatever, and every affiliate money there. I haven't made many pennies from that yet, but if I ever do, I'm going to spend that money to get my ass to DEF CON. That's the goal. So yeah, so go check that out. It's in the description on Twitch video if you're considering purchasing one of his many courses. Do that. Yeah. Also so Hans is here, great. Can I get the Amazon link to it? Okay. I think we made the correct call with Skelsec not being mod. I do think we do. What kind of driver stuff? Thank you so much for the follow, Jonathan Rome. Also, we have a really fun stuff. So in the corner here, you can see that I'm begging for money. It's a new thing that I started to do. I'm now begging for money. It's kind of a joke. I don't expect anybody to actually donate anything. If you just cashed in a huge fat bug bounty, or you found the new zero-day exploit for iPhone or whatever, and you got $1 million bucks, consider, you know, money will go towards getting my ass to Vegas. And I actually have a prize, okay? So listen up, listen closely. Whoever donates the most, aka whoever donates, because I'm assuming only one individual would be that stupid to actually donate, gets a prize, okay? It's a limited edition. It's a limited edition LC No t-shirt, okay? So this, I made this in Vegas a couple of years back. I gave it to the TO team, RIP. And it's basically a picture of LC saying no. Oh, it's upside down. Give a second, there we go. This beautiful, majestic beast, okay? So if you don't know it, Justin says no to pretty much everything in the, in a tone that you can't really tell if he's joking, being serious, or sarcastic, which makes it especially interesting. So if you want to win this, I will literally pay for shipping, which is probably going to be more than the donation. Anywhere in the world, I will ship you this. I don't care where you're at, okay? Unless you're like in North Korea or something, I'll ship you this, okay? It's a double XL, so it's big size. You can tailor it if you want it to get smaller, but. So whoever donates the most money today, or ever, if nobody donates, or the individual, if somebody donates, gets this t-shirt, okay? So that's the prize. And then I also have other prizes for next streams. I'll show you this. I haven't asked him if I can give this away, but I have a limited edition Evil Jinx t-shirt, which is in XL, which I'm also considering giving away to whoever donates. So it's a gag. I don't actually expect anybody to donate, but if you have too much money, whatever, I'll take it. I'll go to Vegas for you. Great. Okay, so let's actually get started. So the point of today's stream is to make an absolute fool of myself. That's okay. Elusive Fox, $1. Great. Wait, somebody shut up. Okay. Somebody wants the t-shirt. Somebody tipped $50 out of the gate. What the actual crap? Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Why would you do that? Thank you though. I will ship that to you if you win this. You probably will. Awesome. Okay. No pirate boats were harmed during receiving that t-shirt. I love it. Okay. Thank you so much for the donation, Erica Selix. Oh wow, Erica. Let's go with Erica. Yeah, of course. Let me show that shirt again. I feel like it's sell out now, but that's fine. This is the shirt. It's a picture of Justin LC. Look him up on Twitter. He says no. That picture is taken at a course in Black Hat a couple of years before, and then I made this t-shirt. Everybody in the target drop team at TrustedSec has it, and this is one spare I have in XXL. So if you want it, it's a meme, okay? It's fun. You're probably never going to use it. Probably going to hang it on the wall or put it away. Never going to use it, but it's great, okay? It's for a good cause. Awesome. Okay. So the point of this stream, first of all, is to make a fool of myself. That's always the point of the stream. There's no other point. You know, I'm going to sit here and talk shit about stuff I don't know too much about, and then I'm going to get judged on Twitter forever because this is being recorded and put out online, right? But that's the first objective. Pretty much already done that, so that's great. The second objective is to put together this tire list. So a couple of weeks back, or pretty much, I guess it was specifically hyped a couple of weeks back, but you know, always there's drama in InfoSec Trader, and most recently it has been, you know, C2 versus other C2s, paid versus paid. I made a tweet a couple of weeks back about how Cobalt Strike, seemingly being a paid C2 framework, can't outbeat or outrun anything like Havoc being an open source modern framework, or not modern, both are modern, but like being an open source framework. So I want to put that to the test, but I want to put in some thoughts from you guys. Oh, thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate that. But I'll send you that t-shirt though, 100%. You're getting it. I will find you and I will send you that t-shirt. Okay, but yeah, so the point of this stream is to put together that tire list. I want your guys' opinion. I want all of us to come together and decide what C2 is bad, what C2 is good. This is sort of a joke, right? Don't take this too seriously. It's kind of fun. If your hard-written C2 gets put further down than you think, I'm sorry, but it's sort of a giant meme at this point. sort of a giant meme. So I'm going to show you guys the tier list that I made, and I actually spent quite a few hours today formatting and fixing and bolding out the different icons. Let me do live scene here. So this is the tier list we're going to be making today, and we got like 11 or 12 candidates. 3, 6, 9, we got like 20 candidates today. So Elsie's here. Did you want to see it again, Elsie? This is the non-explicit one. I'm not giving out the explicit one. Nobody's seeing the explicit one. Be safe. But this one, yeah, this is, I'm making money. You can't copyright this. You won't get, there's no splitting. It's mine. Actually, Oddvar should get the split. He actually took this picture. I stole it from Oddvar, but so yeah, can't put it too far up. Then the blur is gonna. It's cool. Somebody already paid $50 for it, Elsie. So you're a machine. I'm going to take clips out of context for saying X Framework is bad and put it on Twitter. Great. I almost want to say I don't care, but I honestly probably am. So don't do that. Okay. So what do we want to do first, guys? Give me spit a C2 out there. Out of the C2s you see, name one. And let's look at it, okay? Might want to start with some of the more recognizable ones to get everybody's input. And then don't be afraid to piss anybody off. Hard Hat. Hard Hat is so... So what C2s can do DNS, and only DNS like Sliver. So I don't want to say most C2s have a DNS listener, but at least, you know, you could add your own in the open source ones. Honestly, I think the whole DNS listener thing was kind of a hype session. At least in my experience, like HTTPS will still do you fine. I know Adam did DNS keying at some point, where he, in order to control the execution of the binary through DNS lookups and records, but like full DNS, yeah, sure, air gapped, whatever, but yeah, okay, dumb statement either way, but I think most can. I can't tell you right now on the side here. I guess the C2 matrix actually has that listing, doesn't it? Havoc wins, GG stream. I think actually C2 matrix, so this is great. This is basically where I picked most of the C2s, right? So c2matrix.com or whatever it was, check out the Excel sheet, and they actually list out these channels. So if you want to go here and see who does DNS, you can. So let me sort out the other way. So these are the C2s that does DNS. So Core Impact, Core Impact, and a bunch of others. This is a good lookup. This is a good reference. This basically answers your question right here. And a lot of these are dead. A lot of these are not maintained. You shouldn't use a lot of these. A lot of these are straight actual malware being used as malware, if that makes sense. Like, I think, oh, which one was it? I can't recall which one it was, but there's a bunch of here you don't want to use on an operation whatsoever. Yeah, it could be golden fix for wallets. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Hard Hat. Erica said Hard Hat. So Hard Hat was a last minute submission, and I didn't get to look at it so much, but I did notice a couple of things. I initially thought this was a meme C2 because of the name and the icon, but when I started reading the wiki, I actually saw some features that most other C2s did not have, which was really interesting. So most other open source C2s does not have configurable access control for users. So this is great. Like if you want to invite your client onto the engagement, show them like in a practical way what's going on. You can invite a guest as a guest operator into the C2 environment. I haven't seen that. Does anybody know if any other C2 framework offers this? I haven't seen that. I'm gonna go ahead and say probably Mythic, but anybody else? Mythic does, right? Mythic. That was a good guess on my part then. I also saw... That's cool. So Mythic. Everybody agrees on Mythic. There's also one thing I saw about it being aware of certain data outputs. This is also something I think probably only this C2 and Mythic has, where it actually recognizes the data output being set, say when you're listing a directory or when you're wanting a certain utility and you want stuff being like, the C2 being content aware is basically what it is. Instead of just being a terminal session spewing out information, you're assigning content types to it and you're formatting it in a very operator friendly way so you can easily copy out sections of it. So that's probably a safe call. I would never invite clients on my C2 with cool feature. Yeah, so I mean, in certain scenarios, why not? Oh wow, sorry Rasta, sorry about that. Yo, what's the C2 that has 11 letters? I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that it's an internal C2 with TrustedSec. So I can't tell you. I should probably tell you the name, but I'm not sure. Maybe they don't want me to tell you the name, so I won't. I don't work there anymore, right? I don't want to do anything. Sorry, Rasta. I should probably told people to refresh the stream after I rebooted it. My bad. That's two of the things that stand out. And then you also see loot tracking. That's pretty common. IOC tracking, I guess that's less common to see. This is something I always do manually, right? Keeping track of the indication of compromise I leave behind for engagements. Yeah, so I was going to rank the internal C2. I was going to do that. We'll see if I'll do that at the end, depending on how long this is going to take. So guys, hard hat C2. Give me a rating here. What do you think? Again, you know, I haven't used this. I haven't even looked at the source code. I'm just trying to give out feelers here, okay? So don't be too judgmental on me just throwing stuff out there. This is more or less for fun, especially for the C2s that I don't have hands-on experience with, right? I'm gonna go out and say hard hat, probably a B. Decent feature set. Just the way it's laid out makes me think that they actually put a bit of effort into this in terms of like operational security. Let's see, do they have anything about how they do secure communications? Local storage eligibility, whatever. So I kind of want to see something about how they do secure communication, like key exchange and stuff. OFFSEC, there we go. Oh, this is cool. Is this what I think it is? This is pretty, I mean, this is definitely thought out. Like assigning what looks to be OFFSEC statuses to, I don't know if it's channels or commands. I mean, this is pretty well thought out. I'm gonna go out on the limb and give it a B. Give it a high benefit B. Thank you so much for the follow, Putski 7 something. Let's give it a solid B. I agree with that. Since Rastamouse got back online, let's just do the meme Sharp C2 right away. Scalesec has a different sort of approach to tire listing than we have. Wait, you care about memory leaks and stuff? What? Where's the E tires? There's no E tire. But so the lowest we can do is D. Sharp C2 is an F. So it's kind of a meme, right? I think like if you're new to the field or whatever, or you want to learn how to make C2 frameworks, and I think this was the, like, correct me Rastavas, but I'm guessing this was probably the intention with it, for both you to teach yourself but also to teach others some of the fundamental approaches to like modern C2 frameworks. Because I recall you starting a video series when you first started coding Sharp C2. I think you started a video series. That's just for lulz. Let's see if we can find that. Did you or did you not? Did I turn down the volume enough, by the way? Let's do the volume a bit more. Okay, cool. No, what did I search for Flangvik? What the fuck, Rastamouse? What do I need to search for? I don't think you'll find the videos on YouTube anymore. Okay, so they're gone, but they were great learning content, and I think the SharpSheet 2 project, even in its sort of finished state, isn't so complex that you can't make sense of it. A lot of these projects, when they get so big, it's really hard to make sense of, right? But yeah, no, cool. That's a good input. So I don't think SharpSheet 2 necessarily deserves the D. Or, I mean, it sort of does, but I don't want to give it. I want to give it a C or something. Drafts. Like dev or drafts? Okay. I think we're going to have to give it a D. Just because, you know, it's sort of but okay, since we have to give something a D, I'm going to give it a D, but I don't think it's bad. Like it's a learning framework. Rasta says D, and that's the final. Wait, do we have 12 viewers? No way, that's got to be Twitter messing up the stats. If so, hello everybody, that's new. So PQIT said we're doing this sort of we're doing this the dumbest and most non-structural way possible. We're literally being like this and then talking and then putting. Like there's no... I was memeing when I was saying this was going to be official. This is not official. This is just like sort of kind of a meme and a joke, but it's kind of fun to do the other way because I do love interacting with you guys and getting you guys' opinions. And I want to see if my opinions are batshit crazy as well, right? So we don't really have any structural categories right now. It's official, I'm sold. But it has stars on GitHub. I thought you all were cool. Okay, so let's do which one should we do next, guys? Come on, give me some input here. I gotta I'm trying, guys. Come on. I'm gonna save the big ones for last. I'm gonna save Mythic for last. I'm gonna save Cobalt's, Bruce Hotel, Night Talk, all that stuff for last. Nimplant. Let's go with Nimplant. So Nimplant, I had the creator on stream. Great guy. Met him several occasions on conferences. And he set out to make sort of a stage 0 framework, meaning that it's the first sort of frame. It's a type of C2 that you would initially deploy onto a server or an environment to scope out what's going on, and then you would bring your actual gun. So it's supposed to be light. It's supposed to be not feature rich. It's supposed to cover just the essentials. And it's, you know, if you do red teaming or if you do advanced sophisticated assume breach models, then having something like this is sort of key, right? Or especially if your main C2 isn't fully modular, then having something like this is key. It's decent. It looks really good. I recall the GUI looking pretty good or pretty great. I love the logo. It looks really high end. Too bad I talked to the creator and he couldn't make the stream. He was out skiing somewhere. Actually, he was out on vacation skiing. That was the most random answer, but he was. Sounds like a bad excuse, but I'm pretty sure he was. It's obviously written in Nim. You know, these coding languages, we'll talk about it once we get to Sliver. But, you know, being able to produce these giant ass binaries that bring their own dependencies, essentially bringing sort of their own runtime, is freaking sick. And I think I recall somebody saying that, hey, what's up? I recall somebody not saying, hey, what's up? I was saying hello to the new guy. I recall somebody saying that once these languages, especially like Go, started becoming popular with malware development, the EDR companies had to go out and hire specific development because they just didn't fit into their current like reverse engineering workflow and detection workflow. It's like, again, I can't speak like on the technical level from it because I haven't touched either of it, but that's the input I got. So yeah. Do I recall making the point that this didn't do key exchange at all? I recall this just HTTPSing and being happy. Let's see. Oh, I hate this language. Let's see. if we can find the handler for the server here, the server API, if there's any wrapper functionality. Yeah, so this is just HTTPS. I don't think there's any wrapping or packaging encrypting the message here other than the HTTP. So that's gonna bring it down a lot. You know, I would like to have some sort of added, I'm not sure what the current best approach for this is, but some sort of secure key exchange where there's maybe a shared symmetric key encryption at the beginning, and then after initial exchange, the key is changed. So that's going to bring it a bit down, honestly. I'm going to give it, maybe put it at a B. This makes me want to put hard hat at A. Or maybe an implant at C. Well, I don't think that's too harsh at all. It's really, I think this is going to get more and more difficult as we actually put in more C2s. Because, you know, based on my impression of hard hat, I would use that maybe if I would look over it first compared to, okay, let's do a C. Let's do a C then. I agree. Might change it later, but for now, let's do an implant as C. I'm sorry, Cos. And you know, you got to realize that most of these projects, especially the open source ones, just started as I need something and I want to learn something. And my experience is that that's the best approach to. It's different from individual to individual, but especially for me, I hate reading the manual. I hate being stuck in long, boring text. I'll much rather spend hours jamming at the wall and failing and taking the practical route than taking 2 minutes to read the fucking manual. I'm sorry, that's just how I am. Which is, you know, positive and negative. So I do recall Cos saying that this was essentially something he was just playing with, and then the occasion arose to needing something like this, and now he's fluent in NIM, which is sick. The more you know. Let's do a meme one. Let's do fucking core impact. Who here knows of anybody or has ever used or paid for core impact and it's actually made it's actually different or made the impact? Doesn't this cost like fucking $12,000 a year? Let's see, pricing. Core impact changed my life. So it's 10K a year for each user, or the pro version is 12K. And if you pay 12K, you get client-side testing. Wait, what? Client-side is users with... That doesn't... When it said client-side, I thought for sure they meant like client hardening, like Windows hardening. Okay. So it's much more than just the C2. Okay, I get what you're saying. And then Cobalt Strike is the C2 that they sell it bundled with, probably, right? So again, anybody who have actually used Core Impact and any input on it at all since it's paywalled or since it's paid? I have never used it. I don't know anybody uses it. So Dark Corporate says, back in the day, their exploits and post-exploitation automation with Python was good. So is this what, okay, forgive me, I'm young. Armitage, did that turn into Cobalt Strike or did that turn into Core Impact? Because I recall the GUI of Core Impact, I've seen some pictures, resembling very much the Hail Mary module in freaking Armitage back in the day. Side note, I saw you not drinking gamer subs. Okay, so LC coming here with his old brain. I like it. What you're using the word was as it's not relevant anymore. Does that mean that this isn't relevant anymore then? I checked Core Impact when it was leaked and the code is fucking horrible, honestly. The issue here, Scales, like, is that I want to believe you, but if you look at my, obviously my code is fucking horrible, but I think most people's code is fucking horrible when you look at it because you're a guru. Also, this chat is impossible to read. Sorry, I'll go back there so you can actually read the chat. Armitage to CS. Okay. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's buckled and that it's not really relevant anymore and that it's a D. Anybody disagree with that D? Anybody want to... Anybody want to give some input on that? How we do not have 400 viewers. There's no way. There's actually no way. Yeah, we have 700 something. No, that's views. Okay, that's different. I like D, lower D. Rasta wanted the D. Rasta always wants the D. I actually never had the pleasure of meeting Rasta. He's very shy when it comes to like going to conferences and stuff. I subscribe to his OnlyFans. That's the only place where he isn't shy. He's all out there, but like getting conferences, no. He's too scared. Doesn't like it. Remkos. I love making funny jokes on Rastaman's behalf. It's the best. Okay, we're gonna give it a D and we're gonna move on. What should we do? I don't think Cobalt Strike is a D. Let's do Cobalt Strike. Cobalt Strike is a bit interesting. So on the Fortra blacklist by the end of this TM. Well, it's Cobalt Strike S tire. So Cobalt Strike. So I made a really big I shot myself in the foot when I made a dumb statement on Twitter way back saying that Cobalt Strike is the C2 that introduced buffs, which is wrong. You know, people were loading stuff in memory in interesting ways way before Cobalt Strike. But I think Cobalt Strike definitely put that into like a commercial aspect. Do anybody older and wiser than me know of any commercial C2 before Cobalt Strike that implemented that same sort of structure? I mean, they were the first to really put it out there in terms of documenting it and how you do it, and nobody did it like before in the commercial aspect, right? I mean, if you guys can get Cobalt Strike past EDRs, modern day EDRs, you guys are the fucking champs. You just gotta customize the shit out of it. That is fact right there. So I think the issue is Big Net has Rasta Mouse in their pocket. So I think the issue with Cobalt Strike is, yes, it's a powerful C2 framework, it's feature packed, and they have definitely made efforts the last year or so in making it easier for us to evade stuff. And you know, I get that it's really hard in the situation where Cobalt Strike is constantly getting cracked and leaked and used by actual adversaries, or like, you know, yeah, hackers, bad hackers, right? But I want to say, yes, A+ for customizability, but I still think, like, okay, so they went with CNA. Why don't implement something like a Python API or something, a language that isn't fucking horrible? Sorry, aggressive scripts are horrible. I hate to write them. Not that I've written many, but I just that's probably why I hate aggressive script. I just don't like it. Yeah, so execute assembly is dead. Like most of the feature sets except socks and what. So okay, so with Cobalt Strike, you're basically getting, if you look at features you can actually use, you're getting socks, which is great. Super fast socks v5. They recently added that, and then they have the inline execute, or the execution of buffs, and then basic commands. Like none of the. That's why I think that's why, you know, if Cobalt Strike would just rip out all these unnecessary features that nobody uses. Who has ever used the reverse VPN thing in Cobalt Strike? Who has used that over just socks? In how long ago was that? Right? You know what I mean? Why is that there? Why are they jamming that into the agent? If they just ripped that out, put it in a buff, or just left it because nobody uses it, they would, you know, again, I'm talking out of my ass here because I don't know, they would probably, you know, remove some, break some signatures there. Right, Java applet! Fucking Java applet! Java applet is still in Cobalt Strike. How many years has it been that has been effective? Right? Yeah, TeamViewer and AnyDesk is not on the list. I apologize. They would sue me, right? What I like about Cobalt Strike, it introduced data jitter some time ago, but have some ovation beacon detection networkly. I'm not sure if C2s will do data jitter as well. I think you mean just jittering between sleeps? I think most other C2s have that. It would be kind of funny if we put AnyDesk here and put it as an S tire, because it doesn't get detected, right? And it has plenty of features. No, but I think Cobalt Strike, feature sets, great. So much old stuff. Yes, flexibility is there. I just see, like, if I can say this now. I recently quit TrustedSec, and I was I got a job in this really small company in Norway called Covert, 5 people, and you know, I advise strongly against buying Cobalt Strike, because I don't think it's worth us 5 guys putting that much effort into it when we can just buy something that has more or less the one-to-one feature sets, is getting more regular updates. Yes, lacks some of the flexibility probably, but is way easier to wrap. Like something like Brute Rattel or Nighthawk if you're shitting money, right? Something like that. If you're gonna spend 3K on a C2, why not buy Brute Rattel over Cobalt Strike? The only downside with buying something like Brute Rattel is that the customizability isn't quite as much as Cobalt Strike, and you're more heavily relying on the developer to keep signatures away. But then again, you know, if your client base isn't 10,000 people, then and it's a paid internal C2, why? If that works, why? You know, you're basically outsourcing your development team, which you don't have money to have. And this is the discussion, Elsie, if you're still here, this is a discussion we had a lot at TrustedSec, and why TrustedSec has an amazing research team, because they, you know, stated that they don't want to buy off-the-shelf solutions and hope that, you know, whatever development road that goes down keeps undetected. They just want to have it all in-house, and they can afford it. Because Brute Rattel is an unstable mess. I actually just advised Covert buying Brute Rattel, so I'm looking forward to testing it, and I'll tell you if it still is. I haven't gotten it yet. The commercial C2 should only be one out of multiple C2s being used. If I ever get my company to buy beer, I'm going to put in the content that PN has to unblock me on Twitter. So that's segment that, guys. You know, I like hot topics, but there's a line, and it's there. Diversity is key. Welcome to the channel. Oh, welcome to the stream, Security Shit. How are you doing today? Okay, so let's do Cobalt Strike then. I'm gonna give it, I think it's a C. I just think it's relevant, it's modern, it has a bunch of feature sets. Most of them you can't use. Literally 70% of the features you cannot use. It's my like guesstimate. And I think the level of effort you have to go through from 0 to 100 to get this past modern EDR solutions is just too much in terms of the price. Okay, so I'm getting pushback here. I'm getting pushback on that C. At least a B. It did set the standard for a long time, and it. Okay, so I'm getting a B. Okay, so I might have to change this up to a B. So stability, you get me there. Okay, so Cobalt Strike stability is absolutely, it's golden. So for now, I'm gonna put it on a B. If there was something between here, yes. If you didn't have to, you know, run it through a custom UDL and a bunch of other stuff to try to get a shellcode that you could actually wrap, or a DLL that can actually wrap in some way and get past EDR solutions. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you know, sleep encryption was invented because of Cobalt Strike memory signatures. Sleep masking, or whatever the fuck it's called, right? When it gets to that point that you constantly have to encrypt yourself in memory to avoid memory detections because there's so many rules, then, I mean, you can say that about a bunch of stuff. I guess anybody can pull out the Java mem signature for Brute Rattel as well. Just, I guess, A lot of the issue with Cobalt Strike is just that it has been so heavily abused, and the detections are just so deep. I think I would love to see them just rip out all the stuff, like Java applet, like the built-in Mimikatz. I don't feel that is really that necessary. Like the VPN stuff like that, and you know, just rearrange the core a bit. You could probably get a bunch of detections off. Okay, we're gonna let's settle on the B, guys. I think B is fair. B is fair. Maybe when they rewrite the T is inclined to C+. Oh, C sharp, C+, C sharp. But yeah, like I have mad respect for framework and the guys behind it. Not trying to trash on Fortra help system at all. Their SOX 5 implementation is rock solid and super quick. Comparatively to other SOX 5 implementations, Cobalt Strike, in my experience, Cobalt Strike's SOX 5 implementation is sick. So, Rasta sponsored by Microsoft. Don't you know that Rasta Mouse is just Bill Gates in disguise? Always has been. Somebody should make that meme. Always has been. Okay, so we got a big one out of the way, which is great. Let's do Posh C2. So Posh C2 is a fun one. I like back when I first started to play around the C2 frameworks, Posh C2 was the smack, and I remember loving Posh C2 because I could just power off. My vacuum is powering off. The best thing about Posh C2 when it was its best is this one-liner here to get up and running. Who needs to read code you run on your machine anyway, right? And then it would just spew out droppers. It would just spew out lines that you just fucking throw at the wall on the client machine and see what's red. That's why I love that Posh B. Yeah, basically strictly spot for CS and these most features, but those features are made features. Okay, fair. Okay, you might have gotten me there if both the covert VPN and Mimikatz stuff, the Mimikatz stuff for sure is probably reflective DLL being loaded. So if that's not in the agent, then you know that's a wrong statement by me. You caught me. Great. Thanks so much for correcting that. Cobalt Strike is like Windows. People say Windows is bad because all of the attacks target Windows, but they always more security implementations. Cobalt Strike is good, but has all the blue terminals eyes on top. Yeah, I mean, it's been out the longest as well of the commercial C2s, right? So I guess it makes sense that it's the most detected. You could like, again, you should probably place it somewhere between A and B here, okay? I just think that money-wise, when you get this guy in here, I think, yeah, we'll see. So Posh C2. Posh C2 was great. It's a single-user C2 framework. Completely, agent is completely C# and PowerShell, if I correctly recall that. And CLI, I remember using this a lot. Again, you just run it, simple one-liner runs, and then you would get a spew out of runners. You could just fucking throw it at the wall, throw it at the endpoint, and see what runs. Pushover notifications, which is nice. Like it's outdated, right? It hasn't received a commit in 2 years. Usability today, we're probably at a C, right? If not D. It's amazing. So it's amazing how much. So for modern day Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, I believe like a couple of weeks ago, you can still like grab a working AMSI fail bypass from AMSI.fail, run it in PowerShell, and load any C# into that PowerShell process, and it will keep running, but you will get a big fat alert on the SIM side, like on the cloud panel. It won't nuke it, just possible AMSI bypass detection, whatever, right? So PowerShell, if you're just a pen tester, wow, that sounded harsh. I'm a pen tester. If you're not really that much into the, you know, if you don't really care about that much about the evasion part, if you just want to get onto a machine, Posh C2 can be fine. It's free, open source. Just the pen. Wow, Rastamas, you had to quote that. I'm a pen tester, so I can say that, right? Just the pen tester. Wow, that's horrible. Did I say that? V9 branch is updated. Okay. Oh, interesting. 4 months ago. Such peasants. Fuck, maybe I should have put that F for sharp C2 in here. Where's the F? Maybe I should disqualify it. Threat mitigated. So I don't know. I think I talked to the guys at Nettitude Labs once, and they talked about an upcoming release at some point, or at some point they had to pull it out and make it an API and then have like a multiplayer front for it. But I mean, yeah, no, I think the decision is fair on a C. I think that's fine. I don't love Empire, but one time it saved my ass because I was the only one that allowed me to modify its archive. Some really nasty effort on stuff, and for me, I'm very grateful left heart. Yeah, I didn't understand that, Celtic. I'm sorry. Empire. Okay, let's do Empire here. So Empire. So let me ask you guys: is PowerShell dead? I know that Empire has recently been moving over to C#. Like I don't know if there's like the PowerShell stage for Empire right now is probably just C# being reflectively loaded, right? True. Statement. Husky says, not every C2 needs to be cutting edge. Small to medium businesses get owned by Empire. That's true. That's so definitely true. Lots of, you know, I sort of see PowerShell as dead, but like for a lot of like small to mid-sized organizations, PowerShell is still a king. You could probably still own them with it, right? You're still at the PowerShell and it works for you, so you're still like PowerShell OMC, you're good. I mean, that's easy enough, right? Empire C2 GitHub, sorry about that. So this is BC Security. So what's the deal here actually? So BC Security forked and they sort of took Empire from RevShell and the boys? Or am I now creating Twitter drama for no bold reason at all? Right? Okay. BC Security took over. I guess that's fair. I mean, it's open source, so cool. Better than to that, right? Cool. So I think Python. That's interesting. Oh no, I thought that was agent. Probably not. Haven't used Empire in so long. They created a pretty decent web GUI, even though I hate web GUIs. Starkiller is their web GUI. I hate web GUIs for C2. I don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't. Cool, they have a cool graph view now. Oh, this has evolved a lot. I used to be a sponsor of the Empire C2 like a year ago or something, then I stopped. And that was just when they started releasing the Starkiller GUI to like the sponsored individuals. And it was pretty buggy and messy back then, but I mean, this looks better. I think there's an Iron Python thing now that I can't recall if it's public yet or not. Cool. I mean, seems like some bunch of this is Python focused for sure. And I mean, if the agent is Python, can you then push dynamically like push Python code down? That's dope. That would allow a bunch of people to do stuff. Just like, you know, when you're working PowerShell or C#. Like a lot of the C2 innovations and agent innovations these last years has just been moving to different languages. No need to evade. I'll just write this shit in Nim or Go or fucking... I think the actual malware guys have been using AutoIt for a bunch, right? The scripting language AutoIt. Oh wow, they have Zoom on click. Fucking production budget here. Oh, so the Python Iron agent is for macOS then, right? Iron Python. So sadly, that last statement you just did, how do you persuade small businesses to buy cybersecurity services just curious in Europe nobody thinks about it until they get pwned and has to pay some ransoms? That's so actually factually correct. And that is, in my opinion, one of the biggest differences between EU and US clients is that the US clients either have been told or for whatever reason have dedicated allocations for cybersecurity in their budget. In Europe, in Norway specifically, sorry, rant starting. In Norway specifically, and I guess in the Nordics, companies are willing to pay like hundreds of thousands of dollars for a SOC or EDR solutions or defense solutions. But they aren't willing to spend 10 grand on fucking testing them. That's my impression right now of the current, like some of the small to small to medium, I guess even some big businesses. Like they're willing to just fucking flat out spend money on the defensive, like EDRs and SIM and XDR, whatnot, and then testing, nah, fuck no, don't need that. And then every time I'm doing this with a client, you know, their SOC under delivers every time. I haven't, like, there's been. Thank you so much for the follow, Nolly Fox. Oh, I'm so bad with words and names. And when they so somebody says, and when they first buy something in the Nordics, they get blindsided by some seller who sells them the shitty product and not what they actually need 100%. That's also an issue in the Nordics. Like most companies don't even know or don't care about the differences between the testing we do. Like when the client approaches Covert that I work for and wants an like internal penetration test, we have to explain to them, do you want an assumed breach? Because that's more realistic. It doesn't have the same coverage, but you might get more value, you might test your SOC a bit. Or you want like a classic internal pen test, I'll show up with my laptop or plug a device in and we get the maximum coverage, right? Wait, who is I had a chat with a Norwegian person working with your government arguing that mandatory pen test should be enforced to the government and unless replies not just critical info. I agree, 100%. I probably got killed by the Norwegian government after you talked to them. I will not. I've seen some companies in the area getting injured, they burn on pen tests that wasn't even worth being called a Nessus scan. This probably doesn't cover everything, but it left enough of a sort out amount that they. Yeah, so that's also an issue. In the Nordics, in Europe, I can only speak on behalf of the Nordics, but I'm guessing this might be an issue in like Western Europe either way. But a lot of these bullshit security companies will offer whatever. Oh, you want a pen test? Sure, we can do it. And then it's just a Nessus scan, or it isn't even a Nessus scan. Maybe it's just give me some AD info, make sure you don't have any outdated operating systems. There's so many loosely defined security tests and so many price ranges. And then this client, oh wow, freak it typing on Apple. What, did you just type on an Apple Watch? And then you have, the clients doesn't know what they want, they don't know what they need, and the providers, like the consultants, aren't willing to try to determine what they need, just want to sell them something and earn the most money, and it's... yeah, but that's the thing. What certifications? What certifications? There's no company in Norway that is a certified pen test company. That's not a thing. Anybody can do pen testing. My mom can start a company tomorrow. Melvin's mom, cybersecurity, and she could do pen testing and offer that as a service. And yeah, obviously clients of hers would strongly, feel very strongly about her credentials and how she became such an excellent pen tester. But there's no stamp of, in Norway. There's a certified SOC. That's the thing. The Norwegian security something, or whatever, they stamp like companies for being an actual like certified SOC, and they also have certified incident response companies, stuff like that. But there's no certification for pen testing. Everybody can do that. But then why did I decide to stay in the Asian market? Scout Success. Okay, sorry about that. Joakim, beklager. C-Rest. Okay, so I'm gonna end the rant and then I'm gonna go back to the tile list because we're already been streaming an hour and we're only halfway through. Let's do Sliver. I'm gonna put Sliver on an A and then I'm gonna look it up. So I think what still impresses me with Sliver, and I guess really isn't a good impression of the Go language, is that Sliver, if you download Sliver right now and you generate any payload with the -E for evasion, it will take about a couple of minutes to generate the payload. You can drop that stuff on the Microsoft Defender for Endpoint machine and it will just run. Defender for Endpoint won't complain. It will just run. And that is either, Sliver having done something amazing, or yes, getting to it, or like a major oversight the Microsoft Defender for Endpoint side. A lot of the reason is probably because the binary is 15 megabytes. Maybe Defender doesn't do cloud processing for files over a certain size, or maybe breaks or whatever. It's thick ass binaries. That's also Sliver's worst feature. Have you tried getting Sliver shellcode to run? The smallest like payload I can get for shellcode is 9 megabytes from Sliver. That's like, you know, normal shellcode is maybe like anything from 20, like 30 something kilobytes to 125, I think, like Cobalt Strike is. 256, I think Cobalt Strike is. Okay, so there's donut behind the mask, so which probably explains some of the size, but it's ginormous. It's both the best feature of Sliver and the worst feature of Sliver at the same time. Cobalt Strike is trying to cover that. Okay. What I love about Sliver is how easy it is to get up running. I feel, not having read the entire code, that it is aimed at operational security, given that it seems to be the main C2 for this Bishop Fox company. It's super easy to get going. There's the only thing that I think is the major downside is that there's the naming conventions of some of this stuff. Like there's big differences between like interactive and non-interactive, and then you have stageless. What do they call it? They don't call it stageless. They call it something else, which becomes really confusing. You know, half of the time I don't know if I've generated an interactive or non-interactive beacon, and half of the time I don't really care that much, right? Cries in that core. So easy to get going, fairly well documented. I love the armory feature. So it sort of goes against the whole you shouldn't run random crap on your computer from the internet. I guess the defense is that the armory pack or whatever is vetted by Bishop Fox, which is a company I would trust. But you know, being able to just run fucking armory install all and then just get all the latest, the most up-to-date buffs from TrustedSec, for example, is sick, which I love. And I still prefer CLI over any freaking web interface, to be honest. I like Sliver. If for whatever reason at TrustedSec, if I didn't want to use our internal C2 because I deemed that it wasn't really necessary, I would use Sliver. So Security Shit says, when I was testing Sliver, it was always flagged on runtime with memory scans and it doesn't have built-in sleep obfuscation. That is true. That's a big downside from our perspective. So did you get your loader with sleep obfuscation to work with Sliver payloads or no? Or I guess you can't really have sleep obfuscation in the loaders. Sorry, my bad. That has to be in the C2 because they need to know when to sleep. It's not possible, yeah. Sliver's safety security features, key exchange, common encryption are second to none. Don't they advertise like MTLS transport and proper key exchange? Have I been fooled? Well, that's different. Second to none in a good way or in a bad way? Yeah, we have to hook it. Yeah, that would be unnecessary. Wait, they don't have other key exchange, additional key exchange other than this? Have I been fooled? Okay, well, it's a good way, okay? In a good way. Thank you. Okay, I was like, wait, I was getting really uncertain of myself here, Rusty. Thank you so much. Okay, great. So that's why I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna give Sliver a fucking A. It's open source. No, wait, you know what? The shellcode stuff? Actually a B. Actually a B. It's hard because yes, it's great that it's huge and you can get past when you just drop the Oz and EXEs. But you know, I have had a bunch of issues trying to get Sliver properly wrapped in something other than itself. After all, no, yeah, no B. B just because of that. And I think one of the good things about Sliver as well, yes, I have also had issues with socks killing the agent on the Sliver side. I sort of want to give it an A, but it's hard to give it an A. Okay, B. Let's give it a B, guys. So we're saying that Sliver and Cobalt Strike are the same? Pay 3K for Cobalt Strike, spend a week getting it past EDR Solutions. Pay 0 for Sliver, run it straight EXE, but have it crash. We're saying those two outweigh each other. We're agreeing on that, officially. This is the official C2 tier list, guys. A lot of pressure. You guys are the entire of information security space on Twitter. You gotta decide this. Get a terrible gaming and think about it, but distribute via Steam. There's a lot of pressure here, guys. 695 people are viewing this. Come on. You gotta... Probably all bots, but it's fine. I agree with that last one. I wouldn't say, like, you would have to have somebody with the know-how or somebody with the time. Fuck, this is hard. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna say, but hard hat seemed so promising as well. Fuck, this is hard. Okay, I'm gonna put Sliver on the A for now. And then we'll see. This is difficult, okay? Gonna put Sliver on the A. Come on, socks in. But I agree with the whole, it's easy to get going. It's super easy to set up. It's super easy to learn. The CLI interface is great. Their auto completion is decent. Like, it's... The operational security is good. Open source. The armory stuff is great. Given that socks can improve and the shellcode stuff... This is difficult, guys. Okay, let's show of hands. Everybody who wants Sliver on an A, type A. Everybody who wants Sliver on a B, type B. Go. I'm seeing a lot of A's. We should actually have a poll. I haven't thought about that. We should do a poll. Fuck it, we'll do it this way. C. Rastamouse over here being salty about his D. We're so fucking nerds. What did you do this Sunday? I rated C2s, most of which I've never tried. I mean, it's pretty much a tie, but I think A's got it. So I'm gonna leave it at an A. And then we'll see what we'll do. It was great. Okay. Let's do Covenant. So this Rastamouse, I feel I'm calling you out on this one. You specifically in the first iteration of, or the first couple of iterations of Red Team Operations, the certified Red Team Operator course, you recommended either Covenant or Cobalt Strike, and I think you quickly regretted that solution or that implementation. Can you give us some insight into what the most common issues with Covenant was? I'm definitely agreeing with Guri. It's a C or a D. Yeah, so I recall a specific portion of your lab, Rasta, requiring SMB. And that, I remember it crashed. I think most of other instances also crashed. I think it's had its time. It's probably a good one. So is it a D or is it a C? That's my question. I kind of want to give it. It was good in its day, but it was. I still think I recall it being super unstable. It hasn't been updated for quite a bit. Still on end of wow, bears. Still now running on an unsupported netcore instance. Cheers, guys. I'm going to leave it at a D. I think D is fair. I want to recognize that Covenant definitely had its time. It was definitely one of like the up and coming C2 frameworks at the time. But right now, it's a D. Yeah, it's good to learn C2 basics, but operationally not good. Nope, I agree. Okay. Both. So thank you so much for watching until now. Sorry I have to go, El Manico, but the stream will be on YouTube. Everything is being uploaded to YouTube, so you can watch it there. By the way, guys, all new viewers, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would highly appreciate that. I'm trying to get over the thing where I can start making very little money on somebody watching. So I appreciate if you want to go over to my Flang Week YouTube and subscribe. And there's a bunch of actually pretty decent videos there if you want to waste your time even further. You want money? I already did the money begging, okay? This is... I'm like almost 1%. So, okay, since you brought money, Rasta, your fault. Again, anybody new viewers, there's the thing. I'm trying to get to DEF CON and Black Hat this year. And everybody who donates, that money goes to getting me to DEF CON and Black Hat. And whoever donates is the top donor of today gets this t-shirt, which is LC saying no. 20k. Did I type 20? Fuck, I typed 20k. It's supposed to be 2k. Whatever. Whoever donates the most money currently, that is Eric. Eric is going to get this amazing t-shirt with Justin LC saying no. It's a meme. It's amazing. You're probably never going to wear it. It was made custom in Vegas, and there are very limited editions of these. This is like 1 out of 7. And yeah. So donate. If you have way too much money, if you're a Rastamas, donate. Great. Thank you so much. That was my shameless plug. Yeah, 20k is reasonable for Black Hat Vegas. Come on. Don't be like this. Fuck, Rastamouse. Are you getting the minibar? I'm grabbing the entire minibar. Like the actual physical unit. I'm just yoink, mine, putting it in bag. 100%. Okay, we gotta move on, guys. We gotta move on here. Let's do Silent Trinity. You guys remember Silent Trinity? Anybody anybody ever used that? Silent Trinity by Bytebleeder. So I actually saw that he updated his README 3 months ago. And I was like, maybe update. No, it was the whole thing about the whole... Thank you so... Subscribe. People can subscribe. Thank you so much, Kila, for the subscription. And he just removed the whole sponsors and stuff because Porchetta Industries. Can we get an F in the chat for Porchetta? Everybody get me an F in the chat for Porchetta Industries. What? So sad. F for Skullsack. He has to live outside now. No more support for him. What the fuck is Boolang? Okay. So, I asked security shit says this was just to sort of, this was the first concept of bringing, or this was one of the first concepts for bringing your own compiler. And it was never really amazing. Well, Rastamouse, you're mentioned in here. Skelsec, you're mentioned in here. Look at you guys being so famous. So it's sort of a troll. It's probably a D. It's not usable these days. It brought a concept. Maybe it's a C just because it was the first of its kind in terms of introducing that bring your own interpreter thing. What do you guys think? Look, I'm famous. One of the many .NET languages you probably didn't know you had or wanted. We are famous. Okay, so we're moving on. Let's do. I want to save the big ones. Did we skip Empire? We forgot about Empire. I think we started talking about it. Fuck, I forgot about Empire, guys. My bad. So Empire, I haven't used it in a while. It's moving over to Python for Mac, which is really cool. It's gotten plenty of updates. It's being actively maintained by a trusted community member, being BC Security. I think I actually took a course from them once. I can't type anymore, but I'm pretty sure I did a coin. I have a coin somewhere from them somewhere. What do you want to give Empire? Trust the second internal tools. What? Like, I don't understand that statement. Cheeky. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it's. Is it a B? Do we think it's a sliver competitor? Like, what do you think? Solely relying on you guys here. Give me some input. Who has used Empire in the last couple of months and who thought it's worth something? So it used to be mostly PowerShell. BC Security took it over. They revamped it so you can now have mainly C# agents. And then you also have Python, ARM Python agents for Mac. They started focusing on that, which is cool. I'm an Empire version. I think it's a B actually. I think it's a B. I think being that it's so actively maintained is probably a good plus. Like last commit was 3 weeks ago, release 595. I think I'm gonna give it a B. Brilliant. Okay, let's go with B then. Let's go with B. Okay, now we got to do a couple of hot topic ones soon. So let's do Metasploit. So Metasploit is difficult because it has so much heritage and so much history. And, you know, I think I saw somebody getting Interpreter past modern EDR Solutions not so many weeks ago. I think there's actually very few modifications you have to do to get Metasploit or Interpreter in Metasploit, which is a Interpreter is a Metasploit payload or an agent. Modern Solutions. So yes, you are correct. Metasploit isn't technically a pure C2. It isn't, but so you guys want me to disqualify it? I can disqualify it if you want. If you don't think it's worthy of being compared to these other C2s. If you don't go out of your way to do so, the OFFSEC conversations is a nightmare. Correct. I had once, a long time ago, at my first pen test gig, a boss who told me to exfiltrate data from the client's environment using a reverse netcat session over the internet. I told him, is that safe? I don't think you should do that. That's not good. And then he went really quiet really quick. You what? Okay, you know what? I'm making a grand decision here. Netcat no till is good boss. That's disqualifying Metasploit. All disqualify. We don't think it's too much. That's disqualified. Okay, so I'm gonna do a big one here. I think Mythic is our first S-tier C2 framework. Does anybody strongly disagree? And if so, why? I think so. There's great and there's not really that much bad, but one of the nice things about Mythic is that it's open source, but it has the best anti-abuse mechanism in the world. You guys ready for this? You guys ready to see the best anti-abuse mechanism in the world so that hackers, like real criminals, won't use your stuff? It's called Docker. It's this diagram right here. This diagram right here will securely and 100% confirm that no nasty individual will ever bother deploying your C2. This right here is a skid filter. Script kiddie filter. This right here is probably what, like, I will not lie. This right here is why I refused to try Mythic up until I did the Mythic stream like a year or so ago. That's the reason. I saw this and I was like, hell no, fuck no, I ain't doing this. I didn't read, I just saw this and I was like, fuck no. But then if you get to reading, yes, there you go, Cheeky, you got it. If you read the Finalizing and you actually read the fucking manual, you will see that all you have to do is literally run 2 bash scripts and that will Dockerize and spin it all up and make it all work for you. So it's super easy to deploy, but this graph right here, that's freaking protection. Reading, please. So yes, you're saying something. Modifying an agent. So at some point at TrustedSec, I wanted to see if, what did I click at? At some point in TrustedSec, I wanted to see if I can make my own Mythic agent because, you know, all the cool kids are doing it, whatever. But honestly, too long to read or whatever. I don't know specifically why I stopped, but I started and then it just became too complicated, I think. And maybe I'm just dumb. But I still think my way of keeping skid is, that's true, the URL format you introduced in your fucking tools is horrible. Once you get to learn it, it's better. But initially, everybody just wants to use the in packet format, right? You just had to be different, Scalsec. You just had to be different. If Cheeky can do it, right? So, but I think, given how many different agents Mythic has, and, you know, given that Spectrops more or less probably uses this internally, how it's connected with Ghostwriter, how it's connected with the new thing that they just released, the new thing, which I don't remember the name of right now. Somebody please. The thing that connects Nemesis, right? We're starting to bring in data enrichment, and it's of course it's built on, wait, it's built on Kubernetes. So do you guys think that the complexity, because yes, this is really cool having that amazing chart, and it will definitely keep skids away, but do you think this complexity pulls it down so much, and or the fact that getting up and going with your own agent, you know, that is very specific. If we were to compare something like that, like none of these others probably even have commented, documented examples of agents, right? I strongly want to put it on an S, but it's either an S or an A. And given that, you know, it's hard. It's hard, guys. Come on, give me some input. Cody, so everybody can bother Cody. Make sure that if you bother Cody, tell him that Cheeky Mandarin told him that it's okay. We can bother Cody any day of the week on Twitter, 100%. A is fair, KKK. Don't I recall somebody actually making a Mythic agent tutorial? I swear somebody made like an how to get going agent. Live offensive tools code review. Okay, maybe it's this guy. Don't subscribe to him, subscribe to me. Agent creation is a huge plus. You can't really compare with other frameworks since they don't have an open API spec. True. Okay, Hercules. Yeah, sorry about that. You're gonna have a lot of catching up to do. Hercules is collaborative on them. No, wait, this is something else. This is an MMO game or something. There we go. Mythic. Okay. Ah, this is a fucking... Wait, they have a fully documented... Come on, guys. This is sick. They have a fully documented development series? You can't beat this. Developing the agent. This is sick. I've never used it on an op. Have anybody used this on an op and had issues and or have any feedback on actually using this in an op? Because that difference, you know, using it in the lab and have troubleshooting in the lab is different from having something go wrong in an op. We use it internally for all of our ops currently, lol, but I'm biased. Okay, well, you like it, that's good. Some stability issues, nothing terrible. I think my obviously, yes, I haven't put myself into how the Mythic thing actually works. I've seen the graph and I got scared by the graph, but like from a debugging perspective, once you put like a proxy in front of it, just debugging that in itself can often be challenging. Just debugging why your Apache rule is killing the traffic, or if the server isn't responding, or if it's some IP tables rules, whatever. And then you introduce the whole containers and something failing in there. I feel like the complexity of Mythic is a good strength, but it's also one of the weaknesses. You know what I mean? Proxying was a mess. Proxying is always a mess. So I get alerts when something gets says. That's cool. Dope. That reminds me of the thing Outflank. What's the thing Outflank released a while back? Red something? No, what was it called? Red Elk. Yeah. This is cool. Is this outdated at this point? No, still getting updates. Would love to actually try this sometime on stream. Would be sick. Okay, let's do a poll. How the fuck do I do a poll? I'm a professional streamer, guys. Twitch. How to do Twitch poll. I've done this many times before. On the creator tab, you need to add the managing protocol action by adding a... Oh, fuck, this is... Okay, give me a second. Not seeing the chat. Creating polls. There we go. Create new poll. Rasta, can you create a poll? If you don't enable credit card donations, you're distinctively people. Sorry about that. Yes, I need to activate credit card donations. Okay, guys, hold on. I'll quickly figure out how to create a poll. Dashboard home. Let's see. Oh. Okay, you know what? Fuck the poll. I'll learn that the next time, okay? If you guys want, if you think Mythic deserves an A rating, or S rating, sorry, give it an S. If it deserves an A rating, give it an A. So, hit that. Seeing S. Seeing A. Seeing S is here. A plus. Athena is god tier. I like it. I do think S seems to be the dominant here, so we're going to go ahead and give it an S. I'm going to let it stay at an S. I mean, Goddess tier. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's do the only like maybe unfamiliar one, which is Merlin C2. Merlin C2. Anybody ever used it? Heard about it? And I don't not to be confused with the agent, the Mythic agent. This one caught my eye a bit when I was looking because it seemed to heavily emphasize like proper key exchange, or at least symmetric encryption and exchange. And then also, what was the other thing I liked about it? There's another thing. Give me a second, guys. Peer-to-peer, that's a good one. There was another thing. Yes, it has really configurable information exchange crypto that you can change, and so not only encryption but also like encoding. Hey, creator of Hardhat here. Thanks for giving it a look. I missed your feedback since Rest of Us didn't send me a link until after, but always excited to get more eyes on the project. Currently in the middle of recording fracture and playing. Oh, cool. I don't feel bad at all now, but you did pretty good. You got a solid B, and you were a last minute candidate. So I'm actually thinking about maybe doing a stream with Hardhat, because there were some things that I haven't seen in many other open source frameworks. So cool. I need a higher tire for Merlin. Really though? Have anybody used Merlin? Merlin, good crypto, good logging. Newest version isn't quite as cool as previous. Developers super responsive and receptive to feedback. Cool. Yes, I think also this is also one of those C2 frameworks that are content aware of the response, the information being sent back. No? Maybe not. I thought it was. No, that was Hardhat. That was Hardhat. Gonna go ahead and give Merlin a solid. Is it an A tier? Do you think A tier? Or do we think B tier? Gonna give it an A tier. Like, I definitely need to do some follow-up videos actually looking at these C2s, especially Merlin and Hardhat. I want to look at. Pawn pivot profit. Nice. Thank you so much for the follow. Drago, QCC, something or OCC. I'd code sign A, but it's easily got tired. Okay, I'm gonna give it an A. It's an A for now. But now we get to the spicy ones. So let's save Havoc for last. Okay, Nighthawk. Let's do Nighthawk. So Nighthawk is a commercial C2 that is constantly promoted by the guys over at MDSec. Of course, it's their C2, so why not? I think the absolute biggest drawback with Nighthawk is the price. So the pricing for Nighthawk, you have to buy at least 5 licenses, I believe, and I think it's like excess of. Let's see. I looked at this. It's super expensive. Let's do. Where's Nighthawk? So it's if you want to get it, it's 22,000 euros, because you have to buy a minimum of 5 licenses. And I have to say, I find it very hard. Sorry, 3 licenses, my bad. So it's 30k then. 30k USD, and then you have to buy a minimum 3. And I'm sorry, I don't care if you can... Like, the hidden desktop feature is cool. This is something that Outflank Stage 0 also has, if this loads, which is dope. I still think this is overpriced. I get that they want to price it as a premium product. I get that they want it to be an S tier C2, but I just don't think I can defend the 30k price tag. Pocket change. It is used by my government, methinks. Broadway ball and budget her. Yeah, I saw the hidden desktop off. It's great. So I mean, yes, if you're balling with money, like, yes, so yes, 30k is a lot of money. 30k for commercial software isn't really like insane amount of money. It's a bunch of corporate, like, commercial softwares, especially in, like, you know, a business to business sense, costs 30k and more. But I just don't. Why? So it's a hot topic, I know, and I don't want to get in like any debate or whatever. But what makes you want to pay 30k for Nighthawk when you can pay 3k for BRC4? Is it the stability? Has somebody here used Nighthawk that they can testify that is so fucking rock solid? Or 0k for Sliver, that's the thing. Or 0k for Mythic. And that's a tight one. So I think for the remainder of this conversation, let's not get too heated with the debate about people developing these things and what they put on Twitter or whatnot. Let's stay focused on the actual product. Let's ignore the whole debate, whatever, or the I think if Nighthawk was more competitively priced, I would maybe give it an S. But since it's so expensive, I think A. Okay. Okay, so who here, has anybody here actually used Nighthawk ever? Thank you so much for the follow, Django88. And welcome to the chat, Django. So, I see what you're saying, secure this shit. You're saying, I don't think the price is justified, but it also prevents it from getting leaked, as more people cannot buy it. And that is a fact, but it's a hard sell as like a positive thing, if you know what I mean. It's like, you know what I mean? It's yes, you are correct, but it's a seller's move. Our stuff is so expensive, so it's hard for it to get leaked. But it's true, it's factually correct. Like, you got to be really serious if you buy this one. Okay. So, I think I don't feel confident giving Nighthawk the S tier. Especially since Mythic is open source. And it has so much capabilities that Nighthawk doesn't have. Like, Nighthawk does not have content-aware data returns. Mythic has. When you do an LS or PWD or DIR or whatever with Mythic, it will recognize the data type and it will structure it in a smart way. Like the Mythic C2 GUI is content-aware. Nighthawk isn't. In Mythic, anybody can create an agent to your customization needs. Obviously, Nighthawk is closed source and paid, so you can't do that. You have to reverse it, break the toss. You definitely don't want to do that, right? But then again, you have people to do it for you, so you don't need to. Thank you so much for the follow, chat. I think, again, you know, thank you for the follow, Ben Curry. So I think it's a hard sell to put it on S tier. What you guys think? Give me a Nighthawk S or A. But then, yeah. Thank you so much for follow. To be free for you. A, seeing A's. Thank you so much for follow. V4 is something 12. Thank you. I do think A is fair. I don't see why not. We shouldn't give it an A. But do we say that? So this is so fucked up. Do we say that Sliver is on the same level as Nighthawk? That you know what I mean? This is hard. This is not easy. Thank you so much for follow, Dark Cat. Right? We're saying that the open source Sliver and Merlin is as good as Nighthawk. Yeah, the follow sound isn't great. I'm trying to figure out how I can mute it. We are taking the cost into consideration. Yes, we are. We're taking the cost into consideration. We're saying that these open source C2 frameworks get such a buff because they're open source. And that's why we're putting them on the same. So I want to talk about C3. I think let's just for now, let's do a Nighthawk A. And then once we're done with the last three, we'll do a recomp and we'll see if we should move somebody. I think it's better if they can send me a Nighthawk license for review. Then we can do a stream on it. Well, I mean, if I'll happily take a Nighthawk license as well. If MDSEC wants to provide me that for no reason at all, I'm happily taking that. Okay, let's do C3. C3 is a project by fuck, I forget. C3, C2. Everyone gonna be mad at me? Come on. There we go. With Secure Labs. There we go. So I don't know if C3 is being actively maintained anymore. I did see a commit last year. I think this was so undervalued when it came out. It is a transport framework. But it's not just, it's a fully C2, but it's built on as an example for transport frameworks, right? Oh no, wait, is it just a transport framework? I forgot. You just connect this to Cobalt Strike external C2, right? Yeah, yes. I'm so dumb. Sorry, forget about C3. C3 is just yeah. It's just a transport framework. My bad. I for sure thought they had some base functionality. Shout out though. I do love C3. I did some stuff sometime. It was really underappreciated. Okay, we have the two hot ones left. We have Havoc, and then Brute Rattel. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think Havoc is S tier. I don't think it is. I mean, so Havoc. I think the most impressive thing about Havoc is obviously the guy who made it is super young, super amazing at writing low language code. Is great. And I think one of the best things about Havoc is the Python API. Does any other C2 framework out there have Python API or some sort of? I know Mythic has a REST API for. Does it have for both controlling it and of course it's gonna have for controlling it because it's a web UI, right? So yes, Mythic has a REST URI API, but Havoc has a Python API. You just import and you can easily automate execution flow with BOFs and all the stuff like that. And this is super handy for, say, if you want to extract the if you want to get a cookie from using the computer's primary refresh token, that's a BOF. Extract that output, manipulate the output in super easy Python, no fucking aggressive script, and then inject it into Chrome with remote debug ports, right? Mythic also has a scripting library in Python. I think that's one of the bigger benefits with Havoc, having that API. They have agent examples and implementations. They have some like the. So I think the flexibility is somewhat limited. Like yes, you can to some point configure how the agent will behave and call back endpoints and stuff, but you can't change between get and post and put requests. It's all just posts, if I recall correctly. There's no way to easily change the behavior of the server in terms of, yes, you can change. I think you can change the headers it returns, but the actually template, you have to modify a specific HTML file. I think Havoc is really, it's smooth and it's quick. Like the C++, I think he did the GUI in C++, right? The mad bastard. And it's really snappy. It looks fucking sick. Like 10 props to Havoc for the style points. 100% looks sick. I agree with that. But I don't think it's S tier. GUI is beautiful. And does Havoc implement key exchange, like from operational security standpoint, right? Is it just TLS? Anybody knows? Anybody knows? Much trouble. It doesn't. It's just AS. Is it clear? I think it's just TLS in the clear. No. Where's the? There's the team server. Team server is in Go. The client GUI is in C++. So I don't think we can give, like from an operational security standpoint, I don't think we can give Havoc full props. Proxy cache open. I don't think there's no I think you can do better on the key exchange for sure. Therefore, I think this is difficult. Fuck, there should be an A+ tire. Can we create an S+ tire? Fuck yeah, we can. Fuck yeah, okay. We're changing stuff up, guys. We're changing stuff up. Fuck. Fuck, where's the plus? This fucking English keyboard. Okay, so which one are we moving to A++? Probably Nighthawk, right? Does this makes more sense? I think this makes more sense. No, we can't give Havoc A++. Yes, A++ variation, but not OFFSEC. I don't think we can give Havoc A++ for OFFSEC wise. And to be fair, I have had stability issues with the agents because of the feature sets implemented in it. A lot of the feature sets in that agent should ideally be, implemented in a wrapper for more stability. I think Secure the Shit can testify on that in terms of how that should be done. I think this is better. I think this is better. You want to do Havoc a minor? Do we want to introduce a So I think it's an A or a B for Havoc, 100%. But I do feel that it aligns pretty much with the others. Like Sliver's major drawback is not operational security, it's file size and sometimes stability. The Merlin major drawback, I don't really know what is currently, but the Havoc major drawback is sometimes stability and operational security. Okay. Yeah, I think so. No, this passed this hash because of the price. The price tag for Night is $30,000. You have to buy 3 licenses. That's why. I know Mythic is free. That's why Night is above. True. Merlin's go. So I think let's put out the Lost Wolf, which is Brute Rattel, BRC4. Where do we want to put this at all? I kind of want to do this, so neither of these 2 individuals on Twitter kill me afterwards. Very diplomatic. Oh, I gotta save some face here, guys. So let's fair game. Let's compare these 2. One of them is like how many percent cheaper? 10%? No, wait. One of them is literally 1/10 of the price. Nighthawk is 10 times more expensive than BRC4. That's not fair. That's not fair because a single user license in BRC4 is 3. So if you were to buy 3 licenses for Brute Rattel, that's 9K. If you were to buy 3 licenses for Nighthawk, that's 30K. So it's like more. It's like 70% less more expensive. That's true. That's true, but just yeah, that's fair. But just to give them a fair comparison, you would have to say, okay, we're buying 3 licenses of both since Nighthawk requires 3 licenses, Nighthawk. Yes, I agree, but okay, so yes. Oh. So I think the price is less of a factor. I agree, but you know, usually if you're in an organization, the pen test team is not the biggest part of that consultant organization. Most of the time, they're not in the part of that organization that makes most of the money. I think there's a big difference going to whoever does the expenses and telling them, hey, we want 3 licenses for 9K and we want 3 licenses for 30K. I know people buy SANS courses like mad people, and that's super fucking expensive. So I get the whole business to business licenses course thing. That's all good, but still, like, come on, it's not like it's not even 2 times. It's like 3 times. It's more than 3 times. It's more than 3 times the price. You could wait, let me do quick math. Yeah, you could get you could get 10 Brute Rattel licenses for the price of 3 Nighthawk licenses. Let me reiterate. You can get 10 Brute Rattel licenses for the price of 3 Nighthawk licenses. You could be as evasive as you want. I still think that price is something to take into consideration. And please don't kill me on Twitter or something like that. I'm not trying to, just trying to look at these products from the perspective of potential customer, not looking at who says what on Twitter or who's right or what. I don't care. Looking at the products. So, good question. Does Nighthawk have anything to justify the price over BRC4? I think from like an evasive perspective, I don't think so. The funny thing is that both of these C2s brag about evasive capabilities and whatnot, but most of the time it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it isn't largely abused by threat actors, causing the detection to be insanely high, and not everybody has a copy, aka it's not open source. It doesn't, you could like all these fancy features, like most of the time, doesn't really matter. It's just about not having constant, non-fixable or like non-updated memory signatures. EDRs are getting more advanced, but it's not, yeah. So let's assume I'm going to start a pen test shop with like 2 pen testers and we have a small budget and not much time to develop. Which C2 framework should I pick? Well, and that question, enter the mat, that question right there, I'm going to pin that and then we'll answer that question at the end of the chat. Once this, well, now I guess, since we're done. One of my ops fucked because BRC was detected by MD. So was that an instant detection in memory and on the machine, or was it a network detection? Because if you fuck up network detections for either of these, it doesn't really matter how stealthy they are in memory. If you call back every other second through some weird address and non-reputable domain, whatever, then it doesn't really matter, right? Not saying you did, not trying to bash you or saying you did, just putting it out there. Cobalt Strike is basically open source. I look at all the cutting edge evasion threat stuff and laugh. Like 1% of businesses benefit from red teaming because, wow, I can't. Like 1% of businesses benefit from red teaming with cutting edge tradecraft like that. Most companies get pawned basic ass tactics. True, 100%. Okay, it was a detection in the core of BRC. If it's true PT firm, I would say evasiveness doesn't really matter even that much unless you're trying to test the text response control. Don't really need the super evasive C2. MD deck texture here if you're not using modular slumping. I also got detected by Booter after running Who Am I /roles. Yeah. I forgot fucking AnyDesk, guys. Should we do AnyDesk for lulz? Should we put AnyDesk on S tier just for lulz? We should. 100%. Fuck yeah, we should. Let's do this. That's so fun. Oh fuck, I gotta do another logo. That was a bad logo. Guess this one, right? Oh, for fuck's sake. I gotta find a square one. AnyDesk Advanced. That's good. That's good. That's a good one. We'll grab that. That's perfect. Perfect. There we go. Let's do S tier. Oh, okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining Secure the Shit. I'll see you at some conference soon. Have a great day, dude. Thank you so much. Okay. Any of these C2s completely misplaced? Anything that you look at and you think this is wrong? I'm thinking no, I'm not thinking anything. You guys are thinking. Any of these C2s that you're straight up malplaced, not correct. Cobalt Strike, okay. Sharp C2 should be lower. I mean, I didn't know I could. Let's do below add. Let's do boop. For fuck's sake. Lol. I mean, yes. Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. Okay. I'm gonna ban the whole chat. So, okay, so Cobalt Strike. Cobalt Strike, Mythic A++. So, yes, the argument there is no perfect C2 is correct. But I don't think it's fair to say that we're doing a perfect C2. We're doing what's the best. And right now, I feel safe saying Mythic and AnyDesk. It's the best C2s. Hard Hat can do S tier. Yes, Hard Hat, if you donate, I'll give you S tier. No, I'm not a sellout. Okay, so last chance, guys. Last chance. If you guys, new viewers, and we got a bunch of new viewers since last, so we're doing a meme here. I want to go to Vegas next year, so I'm begging for money, essentially. And the prize is this t-shirt of LC, Justin LC on Twitter, saying no. It's a great t-shirt. It's real quality stuff. Bought it in Vegas a couple of years ago. Limited edition, only like 5 in existence. This size is XXL, so I'm sure it will fit. And you can just resize it and cut it, whatever. Whoever... right now, Eric is going to get this one. He's the second donator and the biggest amount. Anybody else donates more than 50 bucks gets this. I'll ship it anywhere in the world. I don't care. You're getting it. Rustamaus, I'll ship it to Rustamaus first. He'll sign it, and then you get it. Oh, sorry, Erica. My bad. That feels bad now. I'm sorry, Erica. What? You don't want the t-shirt? Okay. I'll try to give it away next stream. I do appreciate the donation, though. Thank you so much. That was more than I ever expected. It was sort of a joke. Thank you so much, though. Erica, my bad. We have donation option for recent bribes. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the feedback. He's foreign. Yeah, I am, though. I'm so bad. Okay, Scout's like ignoring that one. Okay, I'm downloading this. Okay, last call, guys. Any objections? Anything right here that just... Nope. Just fuck no. Anything. Only thing maybe... Okay. So you were saying Cobalt Strike. Somebody said Cobalt Strike is still a miss. Bit miss. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the feedback. This was a fun stream. It was supposed to be a little stream. You will still bring down Mythic to A++? Just to leave AnyDesk on the top. That's true. I think, hey, Spider's here as well. So did we totally misplace Havoc? What's up? Did we butcher it? Can we do EDRs next? Oh, that's such a bad topic. That's such a bad idea. That's such a bad idea. We should totally do that. We should totally do that. We should totally do that. Okay, fuck it. Next week. Wait, am I streaming next week? Let me just check the calendar. Yes, I should be streaming next week. No comparison. Linux. Okay, so fuck. Next week we're doing EDRs. So next week we're doing S tier EDR solutions. I'm gonna need as many viewers as possible in the chat to help me select, because obviously I haven't tested them all, and it's gonna be a pain probably to select the pictures. Viewers have to provide EDR bypasses to support why they are trash tire. Why am I saying tire? Tier. I'm sorry, guys. I'm fucking foreign. Tier, not tire. Tire is what you put on the car. I mean tier. God damn. Okay. I'm gonna save this. I feel confident. This is the official C2 tire list, guys. 100%. Gonna post it. Everybody should retweet and like it. I see we have a bunch of viewers. I don't know if we actually have that many. I would deeply appreciate if everybody went to my YouTube channel on Flying Week and subscribed. Not because I'm super interested in becoming like famous on YouTube or anything like that, but the more subscribers I get, the more I could probably actually apply to get like cents if somebody watches my videos, which is cool. So please subscribe to my YouTube. I appreciate that. Fucking influencer. Tired tracks and broken hearts. That's all we're leaving behind. Yeah, the whole stream is going to be on YouTube. So once I end the stream, the whole thing is recorded and put on YouTube. So you can just go to streams or whatever on my YouTube channel and it will be there, 100%. Let's do a kick stream next. Okay, let's go back to intermission. That's what the scene is called. Fancy transmission. So I think since Erica so kindly didn't want her reward, I don't understand why. I'll try to give this away next stream to the top donator next stream. So that, and then after this, the thing is that whoever actually decides to take this can help the entire stream, because next time I'm gonna give away this thing right here. Right? So whoever actually takes this ugly ass LC t-shirt can help the stream win the Evil Jinx one. I'll fix the freaking PayPal one, 100%. There's a donation button under. But okay, I appreciate it all. I'm gonna post this official list on Twitter and try not to get burnt. And then hopefully I won't get too much I won't get smacked on Twitter, essentially. Oh, it's because I'm mod derp. I'm so powerful. My name is Rastamouse. And then yeah, let's post this stuff. This was really fun, guys. I think it was a really fun sort of absolutely non-educational shit stream that we needed in this day and age, you know, very serious day and age we're in. So hope you all enjoyed it. It was fun. I had a blast, 100%. It's fun. Haven't streamed in a while, so. Oh, we're actually doing EDRs next time. That's gonna be fun. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna post the link on to the YouTube if somebody came in late. I really appreciate everybody joining in. It was super fun. Let's answer the question before we leave. So let's assume I'm going to start a pen test shop. 2 pen testers. I have a small budget, much time to develop. Which C2 framework should I pick? 100% I would tell you to buy BRC4. I think you're getting the most of, if you're going to purchase something and you don't have time to fuck around and develop something yourself, I would buy BRC4, and then I would buy something like Macro Pack or some other wrapper. You know, there's a lot of cheap wrappers, like Security Shit has a wrapper he sells in his private sort of GitHub sponsorship page for like 20 bucks a month or whatever. That will do for a lot of EDRs. If you're not paying anything, if you don't want to pay for any C2 framework, check out Mythic. Easy to set up. It's easily wrappable. And then go down the list to maybe Havoc, Sliver, and so forth. But yeah, I think we basically told everybody that Mythic is an S-tier C2 framework, even though it's open source, which is sick. Mythic plus Nimsys called Packer. That's the Packer it's called. Nimsys called Packer. Yep. Bypass S1 in 5 minutes. I think that answers the question. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. It was a super fun stream. I see you all next Sunday. Next Sunday, again, we're doing apparently EDR tier lists, which is going to be fun. Hopefully, you guys can prepare some stories to tell. You know, when you've done dumb stuff against EDR Solutions, there's always something dumb to do. And then, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Sunday morning. Tomorrow is Monday, first day of the week. You good? Let's burn. Sunday, we're going to burn all the TTPs, all the bypasses. You're just going to burn them. Put them on the fire, burn them all. Did I say tire again? Fuck! Tier! Tier list! Tier! Tier! God damn. Tier! Tire list! Tier! Ah! Yeah. You know what? Next stream, I'm actually going to call it tire. I'm going to call it tire. It's going to be tire list. Tire list. No, okay. We got to stop here. Have a great one, guys. Have a great Monday at work. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. See you next Sunday. Peace.